Hello guys, this is Supriya. I'm back again with another video on Selenium WebDriver series, and today we will be learning about three methods in Selenium WebDriver. Those three methods are isEnabled, isDisabled, or isDisplayed. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so I have this website booking.com and I'm here at car rentals module. Okay, and first we will be learning about isDisplayed method. Now consider an example wherein you want to show that this button uh, if it is displaying or not, okay, if it is available or not, or if it is visible or not, then you would need to use isDisplayed method to get that output. Okay, and I'll just open the Eclipse and show you the code for that. So I have this project Selenium sessions, and this is my package Selenium class, and inside this package I'll create one class. Okay, so let me just name this class as visibility demo. So let me just name it as visibility demo. Okay, so this is my class. I'll select main method and I'll say finish. Now what I'll do, I'll just copy my code from launching the browser to load page implicitly waits, deleting the cookies, maximizing the window, and the driver.get URL method. Till here I'll copy and paste it in this new class visibility demo. Okay, so guys, I'll not tell you again and again how to launch the browser. Okay, so if you want to know it again, just watch my previous videos on how to launch the browser and what are implicitly waits and some of the window methods. Okay, so here, since my website for automation is booking.com and this module car rentals, I'll directly copy this URL from here to here and paste it over here. Okay, so this will open my website booking.com and it will directly lead me to car rentals. Okay, now if I want to show that this button register or sign in button is available or not, or visible or not, okay, then I will use isDisplayed method. Okay, so any element on the web page, if you want to just check if that element is visible or not, or available or not, then you use isDisplayed method. Okay, so let me just write the code. Before that, let me just locate this element register button. Okay, so I'll do an inspect. Now this is my highlighted section on HTML DOM, and let me see what locator I can choose. For this I have this text, and this is my tag span. This is the class name. If there is another class name with the same name or with the same value, then we cannot use that. So let me just create an XPath. Okay, I'll just directly create the XPath. And how do I do that? I'll do Control F, and I have this search window on, so I'll just write my XPath. So I'll say /. Okay, and what is my tag name? My tag name is span, so I'll say / span. Okay, and I'll have the opening and closing square brackets. Inside that I'll say contains. This is a method or a function, and inside this function I'll use the text function. Okay, and since I'm using contains as a function, so I'll put comma, and my value of text is, it's a register. Okay, so I'll say register here. Okay, so see, I got my element highlighted here. If I just mouse over here, you can see that the button got highlighted on the top, and also this section got highlighted in yellow, and here you can see it became 1 of 1. Okay, so I have my final customized XPath for this register button, and I just copy this and paste it over here. So before that I would need to write driver dot find element by dot, this is the XPath I'm using, so I'll say by dot XPath, and I'll paste the value of the XPath, and I want to check that if this register button is available or visible on the page or not, so I'll use this method isDisplayed. Okay, now this isDisplayed method will be returning Boolean type of value. Okay, so I'll just save this value in the Boolean variable. Okay, so let's say if it is Boolean val is equal to the whole code. So this method will return me Boolean data or Boolean value, which will be stored in this variable, and I want to check if it is true or false, because Boolean value is always true or false. So I will just say system.out.println val, and let's check what's the value. So let me just run this code. So currently it is visible, so it will return me true on my console. So it opened the Chrome browser, it entered the website, okay, and it might have found that the register button is available, so here I go. I have this value as true. Okay, so isDisplayed method will tell you or give you the visibility of any element on the web page. Now let's learn another method, which is isSelected method. Okay, now isSelected method is used to check if any checkbox or radio button or any drop down, okay, these elements are selected or not. So if it is selected, it will say true. If it is not selected, then it will say false. Okay, and in isDisplayed method also, if Selenium would not be able to find out the element, then it would have displayed the result as false. But since it was there, so it displayed it as true. So let's go and learn isSelected method. So I'll just inspect the element first. Let me just close this window. Okay, so which element should I select? Okay, let me just scroll down. I have this checkbox over here. So currently it's not selected. So let's see if it gives us the output as false. Okay, so let me just inspect this element. Okay, and I have the input tag for it, for this checkbox, and my name value is there. So I'll just copy this, and this time my locator is name. So I'll say driver dot find element by dot name. Okay, Guys, if you did not understand how to locate the element, please watch my previous videos and then you will understand everything. How to locate the element, how to use driver.find element, everything you will learn from those videos. So I'll just paste the value, the name value, and now this time we are learning isSelected method. So I'll say isSelected. So you want to check if that checkbox is selected or not. Okay, so I'll say isSelected, and this is again returning me the Boolean value. So if you mouse over any method, you will come to know what value, what is the return type. So the return type is Boolean, you can see here. So if you want to store the return value, then you will say Boolean. Okay, let's say Boolean val1 equals driver.find element. So I'll print my val1 value. So let's see what is stored in this variable val1. So what output we are expecting is, since this checkbox is not selected, it should display me false. Okay, so let me just run this. So for this it will say again true. I'm not commenting this part for this register button, and for this checkbox it will display me the false value. So let's run this code and see. Okay, so it launched my browser, it opened my website, and it should scroll me down. Okay, since I'm not clicking, it won't scroll me down, but it might have displayed the results. So let's go to Eclipse, and here I go. So you can see for that button it's true, and for this checkbox it's false. Now what if I will select that checkbox and see if this turns out to be true? So immediately after this code, I will just copy this code from here. Okay, and I'll just remove this and I'll say .click. Okay, so it will click the checkbox and it will get selected, and this time I'm not storing, this is click, so it won't return any type, so it's void. Okay, so it will click, and then again I will check if this is getting selected or not. Okay, so I have copied that same code here, and I'll change this variable as val2, and I'll make the changes here also, val2. Okay, so let me just save my work and check. So what is my expected output? True for this button isDisplayed method. Okay, and isSelected, first it will find out that that checkbox is not selected. Let me just go to that website and show you. Okay, first it will check that this checkbox is not selected, so it will say false. And third, after selecting that, okay, it will click on this, and then it will again check if this is selected or not. So it should be true. So it should be true, the output should be true, false, true, like that. Okay, so let's run this code and check. Okay, I have my browser opened, maximized the window. I have this website, and see, it scrolled me down. See, my checkbox also got clicked. Can you see here? And let's see the output. So see, true, false, true. Okay, so now the third, this is all about isSelected method. So isSelected you will use for checkboxes. I mean, these are the elements where you would need to select or deselect. Okay, so all the elements where you are selecting or deselecting, you will use this isSelected method to check if that particular element is selected or not. Okay, now another method, the third method that we'll discuss is isEnabled. Okay, so that's very simple. So I'll just pick up any button. Okay, so let's pick up this button. Okay, and we will check if this button is enabled or not. So I'll just do a right click quickly and inspect this element. I have this span tag and my okay, why don't I use another locator if I have the ID or something? Let's see. Okay, so let's take this class name. Okay, so I'll just use this class name locator this time. And let me just go to my Eclipse and see if this is working. So what I'll do, I'll just comment this part. Okay, from here to here I'm commenting everything. We will only check if that search button is enabled or not. So I'll say driver dot find element by dot. This time I'm using class name, so I'll say class name as the locator. I'll enter that class name value and I'll check if that search button is enabled or not. So I'll select this method, and this is enabled, but method is again returning me the boolean value, boolean return type. So I just store this in a variable, say val3, and I'll print that on the console. Okay, so let me just run this. So the output should be true because that search button is enabled. It launched my browser, it maximized the window, it entered the URL, opened the website, and let's just check our Eclipse. Okay, it's still running. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's still running. Okay. Okay, there is an error. So what is that error? Let's see. Okay, it's saying that no such element, unable to locate the element, and which, so Selenium was not able to find with class name. So let's create the XPath. Okay, see guys, this is how you would need to check the error also. It's equally important to check the error or exceptions. Okay, and it's then only you will realize what mistake you are doing and you will rectify that error. So Selenium is all about working on negative side also, and the more you get into the errors and finding out the solution, more you will become strong in Selenium. Okay, so let's create the XPath. And how do we do that? So what I'll do, I will use the text function only, contains and text. Okay, or I also have this attribute type attribute, so let me just create the XPath as / button. Okay, and put square brackets. Inside the square brackets I'll write @type equals, the value is submit. Okay, and what was my class name? Equals, okay, there's something wrong, just a moment. My attribute is submit, it's correct. Okay, I didn't close this inside the single quote. Okay, so here I go. So I have 1 of 1 here. This became in yellow, and when you mouse over this highlighted section, you have your search button highlighted on top. Okay, so I'll just copy this, and this time this should work. So this is my XPath. So I'll just make some changes here. I'll say XPath, and I'll just paste the value of customized XPath and see if this is working or not. So guys, sometimes your locators, especially the class name locator, does not work. So at that time you need to create the XPath or select any other locator or attribute. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are checking if search button is enabled or not. So it should just give me the result as true because it is enabled. So let's check. So it's true. Okay, now if this would have been disabled, okay, the output would have been false. All right, so this is all about isDisplayed, isSelected, and isEnabled method. It was so simple. I think the simplest part in Selenium WebDriver, and I end up with this session. See you in the next video. Till then, you have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.